Traders, what's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Be sure to check out that disclaimer on the screen. Remember that day trading is risky. It's best to go slow first. Build up some experience, some consistency before utilizing big share size. Other than that, remember, copy trading does not work. It's all about understanding the strategy, practicing, and improving over time. And lastly, remember, I do not invest for my subscribers, so be careful of fake accounts, all right? I will never message you first. So be careful of fake accounts on all platforms. So let's talk about the watch list. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Hope you guys were able to rest up and study up. I had a good rest and then also a good study session on Sunday. So feeling pretty good here for the Monday morning open. So I'm watching a couple stocks here. There's GPUS. This one isn't the leading stock. It's actually up 121%. Pretty high. GPUS with 35 million shares of volume. The actual leading gapper is actually a penny stock at 64 cents. NITO up 125%. There's two. And then three, there's NCNA. NCNA at 86 cents. Also penny stock up 89%. So I think we're probably going to see a move out of these three stocks here. In terms of continuation, KIDZ, we can take a quick look to see where it's at. So we're down a little bit versus yesterday's highs. So we'll post the watch list here. Again, in chat, we have removed the free section. And so far, so good when it comes to the noise and the fake accounts. Yeah, we're looking pretty good here. We haven't really had anybody come in since, so that's good news at least. When certain parts of the chat room is open, it allows people to see all the members, and it's a bit of an issue. And there's no real way to really like take it down. So just a heads up there. Yeah, so we got our watch list stocks. Let's get a couple of trend lines going here. I'll actually go in percentage order. So I'll start off with GPUS. I guess it's now leading the way. GPUS. So we have again 35 million shares of volume. The pre-market high is 466. Early move around 7 a.m. Nice bull flag, and then pushed higher. Not bad, a good pattern, nice move. Higher lows, and then a sweet push. But after the breakout and the new highs, we started to then pull back here. So after 466, it seems like we've been just downtrending here. And I don't think this is necessarily bad. I think we're a little oversold actually to the downside. So I expect a bit of an earlier red to green out of this stock in comparison to others, right? You know, unless we're just going to continue into this channel, just, you know, selling off and lower and lower and lower, I think we could see the early red to green if we start to make some new highs here and hold up our levels. So far, this kind of movement here is looking okay. You know, small push. So let's see how the daily chart is looking. GPUS. Daily chart has been a little weaker, and that's my reminder there to start up the screen recording. So I'll go ahead and do that pretty quickly here. Not, I will forget. Okay. Yeah, the daily chart has been pretty beaten up over the last few weeks. We're kind of just, selling off, nothing significant here for a really long time, especially with volume. And we had 466 for a high. So, going back, I think maybe the type of stock to play by ear and kind of just see how it does. And based off of our pattern in the moment, I think that'll probably be the best gauge as to where we might see resistance. As for now, it's a bit of a blank canvas. GPUS looking decent. NITO, how are we doing? NITO. NITO, this one we've traded before a couple times. I'm going to clear the drawing set. Pre-market highs, 349. Actually, sorry about that. That's a daily high from a few weeks ago where we had a pretty big push. As of our recent area, pre-market high, 72.88. 349. I'm like, oh, okay. 72.88 for our pre-market high today. We are above the 200 EMA, which is at 52.91. Might be relevant today, might, depending on if it pulls back or not. That is also around the VWAP area, but so far so good. In terms of where we sold off, if you guys are to check the daily chart, February 26th, bigger red candle there going down. High was 76.98. So I'd say over 77, if we can break and hold, perhaps that can give us room up to the whole dollar. We've been seeing over the last few weeks, last 2-3 months really, we've still been seeing a steady amount of stocks go from about 60 cents to 110, 120. So definitely right up that, alley here for NITO. And then that leaves us with NCNA. Lastly here, NCNA. Another penny stock, this one up at 88 cents. Pre-market highs 131. Low of the pullback, fairly low down here. So, but again, we're in that place where I think break of one could be a potential, right? Our last push, March 28th, lighter volume, but a high of 134. Pre-market highs right up there. So, and over that level, the 200 EMA is 228. After studying yesterday, I think, and I looked at a lot of green days too to really see, what we were doing well and what we can try to implement today to have a better outcome. And, it's all about being quick in the uptrend. Being quick in the uptrend and even potentially walking away a little early if we're not going to get that second leg, and just keeping the gains, right? Because what I've noticed is that we can get green, of course, but retaining the earnings, retaining the green is sometimes the problem, right? So we got to make sure that the moment the stock is good, and it's a little bit contradictory to the gradual sizing up. I think the moment the momentum is good, we go for it, and from there we take the best setups. At the end of the day, we can always live with taking the best A quality setups that we're seeing. So we look to hit it hard and then ease off the moment that the stock is in the backside. As in, even the first couple of pullbacks, like if we're not looking good, just leave it alone. If we're not uptrending in that second leg, I think leaving the stock is going to be the best decision there. And so it could even mean a bit of an earlier day, right? Even despite wanting to live stream and going the distance, it could even still be an earlier day. But besides that, being quick, being decisive, sizing down on dips for me has always been a pretty key thing to do. That way I can, protect myself. If the pullback happens to be good, I think that's always a smart thing to do here for myself. Over the years, it's proven. So other than that, small size just to start, and then once we identify that stronger stock, that's where I'll look to increase size and get on the scoreboard and then ease off from there. Let's see the temperature here today. Like, what are we going to get? Will we be seeing some hot momentum here? GPUS coming into the open. Lows at 4, highs of 20. The other two stocks aren't really moving up as yet, so still watching here at GPUS. Well, we haven't really had a strong push yet for an uptrend. I do like the range here. For now, it's telling me that it can move. So we'll see here after the next couple of minutes. The LRZ getting mentioned. Take a quick look here. Yeah, this one sold off. Looks like it's curling up a bit. I can pull it up on one of the other screens. Not a ton of selling as of yet. I'm gonna take a small position here. I think we might be holding a little higher after the small push. 44. We'll see if it's able to push through. The VWAP is at 58. It is above us, so we'll see. Taking sub 30. Tight stop. It's going to be a good trade. Definitely seems like some resistance there. And, you know, we got the VWAP, so it makes sense. So, you know, pre-market high is 466. The key will be to hold the half, break and hold the $0.5, and then, you know, we'll see how it's able to continue from there over time. Right now, we're flagging right below 50. They're seeing some selling pressure. There's its seller at 44, 50,000, and we've been down twice already, so it's going to be big here. 45,000 shares remaining. 44. I'm going to size down here until further notice. If we can prove that we can hold up, then you know, a couple more times, I think that'll be good. But we'll see. We definitely got some resistance here. If it clears the seller, I do want to try it. Okay, seller's gone. And no immediate push. One more time. All right. So the breakout came. Oh, terrible fill there. The breakout came right over the seller. So I only had small size there though. 75, the new high. I do want to size up here even more, but it depends on how we play out here. Got a bit of a higher fill in that last trade. Now, will previous resistance become support? A pretty big question here. It's going to be important that if I size up here, we do see uh, a good trade or two. Okay, 80 over 82. Not quite. Still fighting, but not quite the instant move. It's back up very quickly. Didn't expect a retest up 90. Could have held that another second or two. We want to see if it gets over 88. It's I think for the breakout trade, it might be a little tough because of how the stock is moving. Like we're flying really and truly in terms of the range. So it's easy to be in at like 92 and then back out at 80. So if I'm attempting the breakout here, which I want to, it needs to be at the right time because this thing will be unforgiven. And we haven't seen a flush yet. I still think it's pretty bullish. I think 466 can be a target here if we can continue to hold, especially if we get over 4. So still watching and waiting. Oh, yeah, yep, yep. Okay, see, now it's pretty brutal. Now look decent there for over 85, but instantly 72. High volume, but it's kind of tough. You don't really expect the stock to be dropping as there's buying coming in, but part of the deal. Looks like this will be the first flush out. I'm gonna wait. Let it do its thing here for the next 40 seconds. Time. Yeah. But a key question is this the backside? Or, do we have that second leg in us, that second wind? If this is backside, I want to walk away here. So I'm going to wait for good indicators. How are the other ones? Time, 17. Oh, it might go. Is it? It's a bit of a struggle to get over 4, though. Definitely did not expect a one candle red to green, but, here we are. Doesn't seem like it's ready, though, because we stalled out right there. What's it going to be? Can we see it? I should have went. It didn't. We held above 4 for quite some time there, too. And that red to green was quite the red to green, though. Very quick. No lingering or slowness, consolidation at the lows. High is now 420. Definitely a strong move up here to 26 from those lows. I want to be careful here. Just watching, waiting. Still watching the consolidation. I was hoping we would get a bigger pullback than what we had, but it seemed like 405, 403. That area held up. A bit of a struggle for the new high. Oh. And, bro, I bought 40 and stock teleports to 90. I get to fill at 90. Oh, come on. That's tough. Bro, come on. Lows are 38. Bro, the moment I hit the buy button, that thing freaking teleports up 50 cents. That's tough. $35, a little slow to break out. $35 was a little slow to break out, but eventually got going with a big move there. It's quite the pullback though from the high, from that push. Kind of right back here at 30 again. Again, I want to be very careful of backside, but still watching. Will we see a very abrupt threat to green again, or will we see more of a drawn out pullback this time? This pullback has been more drawn out, but it's been a bit of an uptrend. We haven't really been flat per se. It's been higher lows for the most part. The last 5-minute candle closed pretty bullish. The 5-minute candle to make the new high would be, I believe, 67. It's coming down. Will we see a reclaim over 20? My monitor going black here. Why? Change the HDMI cables. It could be backside. We're not really seeing a quick reclaim over 20. As good as the 5-minute chart looks. Keep an eye. So we had a good sequence there of higher lows and then a bit of a breakdown. $25.30. I think in the next 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, we'll know for sure if it's official backside. For now, we definitely got a bigger 5-minute pullback. I think the stock itself still looks good, but we'll have to see. 466 was the pre-market high, and we're consolidating below that level. We'll see if it's able to slowly grind back up. If not, again, could be backside. I'm going to size down the smaller size here, being that we've had a nice move. We got caught in a pretty sad trade, or I think we would have done well. You never want to buy and then be in 50 cents then higher than where you would want to be. It's going to more than likely result into a loss. A lot of the breakouts we've been seeing haven't really been, as usual as they would normally be, right? I think that breakout that came over 30, the stock was a little slow to get going at the like over the breakout initially, and then we kind of just have a teleportation without any sort of like buying. It seems like more like somebody just covered a big position kind of thing, and we get that teleportation. So that's like 430 to then 495, and then the dip to 440. I'm buying 42. I'm in at 96. Got cooked. So again, here, could potentially be backside. So small size, not really looking to be a hero in this type of area here. If it's done, it's on to the next stock. Or if we don't see anything else, I think that's it. Keep it tight. IBF, shut up. I think this one came a while ago, to like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, over VWAP 250. Big level there for GPUS. IBF 59 for highs. 59 for highs. I don't know, IVF kind of, it seems kind of slow for now. See if anything else is hitting the scans. GVH, which was halted. GPUS, I'll kind of keep an eye, but not really looking to trade this area here super aggressively. So far, it's fighting at 4, though. It's kind of bouncing there. It's fighting. GVH, not much on that one. Popped up, sold off. The new 5-minute candle is 2 minutes out. GPUS, small bounce off of 4. This is like the backside of areas that I don't want to overtrade. I don't want to really trade at all, especially overtrade, let's say. So kind of just waiting here. I think if it's to be strong, we'll realize that, but kind of leaving these trades here low. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, to hit that thumbs up. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Also, if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. We do go live every weekday around 9:15 a.m. Trading the small caps momentum here at the open for the first hour, sometimes maybe the first 2 hours as well. GPUS been if you're now tuning in, it's been a bit of a roller coaster for me. Green 1K to then flat to then I think green like 800 to then flat again. But we got caught in a massive spike that really got the best of us. Buying a dip off of a breakout and got filled into the highs after the stock, teleported. So again, we're still kind of battling at 4 here. So, interesting levels here if we're able to push through. $4 still holding up. There's a new 5-minute candlestick. I do like that I didn't get frustrated. I kind of, showed like a bit of a disappointment, like the stock kind of with that fill, but I like that we didn't get like distracted or super frustrated. It's like, business as usual. You just keep going. IVF, now at 70. So not a ton really hitting the scans besides IVF. We'll see if it's able to continue here. But, again, it seems a little slower. Pre-market highs are up there around $3. Again, IVF kind of just grinding up here. Actually, we had a bigger green candle there. 97 for the highs. Halt at 325. Watching the pullback on IVF. Seeing some selling pressure here. Alright, pull it up. I'll pull it up. It seems like the other one isn't really. I mean, it's still kind of there, but we'll see. GP, US. Bit of a false push there. Still holding up though. I'm gonna miss that dip, 75. Can we get over 90 and hold above 90? 88. There's a small seller, 3 of 20 plus thousand shares. I wonder if they walk down the ladder there because that order seems similar in size. But if we get back up, okay, they're at 90, 29,000. If we get back up to 3, are we going to still see that same seller? If so, there might be more resistance. We got some sellers right on top here, 79. 65, 63. Trying 63. Tight stop. Right now, the bathroom is calling my name. I might have to take a bathroom break here for the 9th time on the stream. Are we gonna see a bearish engulfing here? If it kind of breaks down a little too much here, it's not gonna be good. It might end up selling off all the way. Bump and dump. Seems like a bump and dump to me. Volume. The VWAP is like the last line here in sand. 58, 55 area. Yeah, GPUS, big push there. Nice, nice. Over 30. High of the candle there was 64. I'm not sure how the price action was for the breakout there, but nice move, nevertheless. Small size to start. It is a little tough coming here. It's like, 70 already. 94 is high of day. Gotta watch out for the double top. Will it push through? 537 is the halt up if it keeps going. It's the worst possible fills, bro. Fills are in the moon. It might go. We'll see it. There's a small seller there. Watching and waiting. Fishing for that breakout. It's right back down. It's holding. Can we see over 510? The struggle to get over 10 here. Bigger flush out below 5. $490 support in the depths. Low right there, 64. It might be a bit more of a 5-minute bull flag here. ZCAR hitting the scans a little bit. Watching this consolidation to see how it plays out over the next 5 minutes. Can we hold up the previous lows? Watching, watching. Nope, okay, it's coming down. 56.50 coming down. Alright, this is where I'll take the L, brother. A little disappointing here on this one. But I missed this entire move here, so I guess it's fine, you know, like a little tough to show up after trading the other stock. And the breakout of 30 already happened. We're at 75 or so. A little tough to jump in for the push to 90. Son of a gun. And I got caught here too on this dip. Right here, watching the previous lows, 50. We're breaking down. So cutting it. Would like to see the double bottom between, you know, let's say 50, even high 40s, 50 and about 70 range. It's bouncing here, but low 40. Red 800 over the two stocks. It definitely still has some fight. I mean, you know, it's a decent bounce there from 40. The $5 area did not hold up super well. I mean, you know, the first push, a bit of a false breakout, but we did have candles close above the level. 490s did not hold too well right here. I think it's possible it could give another leg, but I think I'm gonna shut it down. See, at this point right here, like after the first hour, is exactly where, you know, I'd like to say, hey, it's like been a nice day, and then I'm, you know, walking away green. So I don't want to force it and overdo it. This is the ideal momentum that I would want in terms of uptrend. So if I'm not on the front side of it, I think I want to keep it tight. And, you know, again, we could see another push. Could see another push. But would want to be careful in case we do end up seeing like a backside. But in terms of like the cup and handle pattern, ideally I'd hope to see like a pullback here and then like a red to green again to the other side. I could try for a breakout trade. Looks like that's a bit of a fake wick right there. I could watch for the breakout trade, or I could shut it down, right? There's a little bit of volume here. Let's see what it does. It's a little choppy. What we don't want to see is like a false breakout. Can we push through? $11, but back down to 03. So like if it teleports right here, it's like kind of tough, you know, like not push it, not quite there. That's where I'd expect the move to happen in a big push, but like if we just teleport from 505 right here, you know, it's a bit more tough for the breakout trade. So not the cleanest move from 80 to 10. Over 10 still. Can we get over 10? Still struggling a little bit. Can we see something? Can we see something? 25, 30. Can we see the squeeze? Can we see the squeeze? Not quite. A little bit of sellers at 20, but you know, I'd expect the push right there. 530 high of day. We got to 520 right there. Don't forget if you're watching on YouTube to hit that thumbs up. It's right back down. Jeez Louise. Come on, man. Come on. I do like that it's consolidating high here. The new 5-minute candle is about 3 minutes. Where's KB, bro? Like, where's this move over 50? Where is the breakout? We are right at the highs. I'd expect people to be covering and bulls buying. But we are here and I am waiting. Can we see over 50, over 50, over 50, over 50, over 50? Not quite over 50. Bro, we should be flying here and nothing. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm not really seeing big sellers. We might have hidden sellers. I see. I don't know where I got filled. Can we continue? Oh, I got filled 59, bro. Of course, of course. Ah, man. Getting cooked with the fills, brother. That was not the breakout I would have expected. It was more of a grind. And now we have a bigger pullback here. It's like all over the place, man. But level 2 in the tape is a little tricky. What I've noticed though, I mean, once that volume comes, it kind of goes. But you know, it seems like it comes at like a midpoint. 585 for the high. What is stopping it from flying right there, bro? Gosh. Still T7, I think. More, bro. All right, okay, maybe that's it. Man. And of course, I sell at the bottom. At the freaking exact bottom is where I stopped out. It's a good bounce as expected. Good bounce from 6 to 660. Had a bit there, still having some trouble. All right, I'm walking away. I'll take the one. Well, it's less than 1K now. I'll take the 800, and that's the day. What's going on here? Look, And that's the day. I'm out like salt. Bro, this stock, I don't know, man. I will walk with a little bit of green. I think in summary, it was a little tough that we got caught into that massive high fill trade, like 50 cents higher. And we did miss the bulk of this second leg, if we want to call it second leg, that retest and break of 430 to 5. We then waited around for the breakout, which, you know, it's kind of crazy that the places where I would expect the stock to actually teleport and give the move, it grinds up, and then the places where I'd expect maybe a bit of a grind, the stock teleports up. So kind of out of whack with it in that aspect. Gave back on this pullback here, stopping and just taking the gains. So 400 on that one, and then 400 on the other one. I'll take the 800 bucks. Better than nothing. Not the day that you might want on this type of momentum, but you know, green is good. Green is good. Oh my God. You know, it's just tough to determine what the backside is, or let's say where the backside is, right? There's a lot of consolidations that we can resolve and get that second move, that second leg. So it's just a little tough to, you know, always walk away the moment that we're seeing a consolidation from the uptrend. But yeah, the momentum has been quite interesting here the last couple of weeks. Let's see. Just checking to see if I might have missed any questions, and then I'll be out of here. Uh, Sometimes I'm not talking if it's quiet for a while. Yeah, I'm taking the green. So if you're gonna go the distance till 4 p.m. and beyond, continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient. I'm locking it in, walking away with something, which is better than nothing. Grateful for the green, but definitely tough stock. Hopefully you guys were able to get something out of the move. With that being said, stay safe, stay green. Check out the links down below, and I'll catch you guys later. Remember the disclaimer. Remember that day trading is risky. All right. Stay safe. Stay green. Catch you guys in the next one.